Welcome, citizen, to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. I'm your host, Venerati, and we're going to see the third and final matchup in between NexGenius and IMNesTea, coming from the 2010, oh wait, need my paper again, Gstar All-Star Invitational. So these show matches, if you saw them, if you downloaded them, or if you haven't, let's do this, if you haven't downloaded them, you need to download them, as there are a lot of really awesome replays. I hope to be able to cast a majority of them, but there are so many of them that I can't make any promises. There's a lot of stuff coming up, and it's family time, and it's Thanksgiving for those of us in America. So, right now, though, oh, if you want to watch them too, get Starcraft2rep.com is where I get them, but obviously they're probably all over the internet by now. But let's go ahead and focus on this map. We are on Metalopolis, and so far we've seen both IMNesTea and NexGenius win out. Originally, IMNesTea applied some early pressure on Steps of War, single basing, but NexGenius was able to withstand it and able to come back with a 4-gate and basically able to curb stomp the natural expansion of IMNesTea. And IMNesTea desperately fought for it with roaches and a couple of static defenses, but it just wasn't enough, and we just wasn't able to maintain an army, as we actually saw NexGenius outproducing IMNesTea as far as harvester count. I believe there was about a 10 harvester count discrepancy, but overall, in the long run, we did see NexGenius go ahead and come out on top economy-wise. And it's exactly for reasons like this, where you just see this one probe go ahead and stealing off of this mineral field. So just trying to take every little bit. I'm totally being facetious about that. But we are seeing some probe harassment, which is pretty common stuff, seeing from the top, the higher tier people, is you can really be annoying with these probes. We've seen like Huck in the past just absolutely dominate. Whenever finally the opponent was able to kill that one probe, you know, you'd see 5 or 6 drones just sitting on there on life support, as the probes, of course, able to recharge their shields and able to go ahead and hang out and just really be a pain in the side. But NexGenius actually switching up big time. Instead of rolling out a 4-gate with an expansion, we're going to see him actually going for an early cannon expansion. As we do see the forge up here, we do see the cannon sitting here right next to the Nexus. We see a gateway coming here to kind of solidify this wall off right here. And this is really going to be powerful, because if NexGenius is able to maintain this expansion and IMNesTea isn't able to get one of his own, IMNesTea is basically going to be stuck in first gear, and if he doesn't make it work, it's going to be game over. So IMNesTea needs to make something happen, as he is actually bringing out a Roach Warren. He will be able to finish this up, and we're probably going to see some early Roach pressure, which is going to be very difficult for NexGenius to defend with static defenses, as even though the range is only 4 on those Roaches, he can sit here with on the edge of this Nexus and go ahead and chew at this Nexus. Just could be a complete dick. And well, I guess that's really perspective-wise, but that's what I would do anyway. And or you can come over here and chew on this pylon. There's all sorts of options you can do. You could even Nidus Swarm, because all of NexGenius's defenses are located right here, as we have a 3rd photon cannon coming down here. So this entire area right here is completely unguarded. We do see a Cybernetic Scroll coming down. We do see the Chrono boosting of nothing, actually. Of course, it was that Zealot right here. So the Zealot will be going in, holding position, walling off here, forcing any sort of Zergling run-bys into here, allowing these photon cannons to get a nice shots off right there. We actually see 4 photon cannons coming here, and we do actually see the Roaches moving up here, trying to snipe that Zealot right there. We see the Roaches focus firing down these cannons. These Roaches are very robust, able to soak up a lot of that damage, but it's not going to be, there aren't going to be enough of them, as this one Zealot getting a little too brave out there will go ahead and will be picked off there. We see one Zergling kind of just entering in the fray for fun, as this cannon is almost taken out, but the probes do come off the line, act as meat shields, and just allow the cannons to DPS there, as these Roaches will be sniping this pylon right here. So right now, IMNesTea, seeing this expansion, will be applying the pressure, will be trying to make this happen, because if he doesn't, it's going to be game over. I would like to see a run by, but we actually see the cannon, or they see a pylon coming up there. So NexGenius seeing that going on, we see another cannon falling to the sniping of these Roaches, These roaches, though, not feeling so hot right there, as this one cannon does have range on them as they try to engage this gateway. We do see the Stalker coming out here. So right now, NexGenius is desperately trying to hold on to this expansion, because if he loses it, he's going to very well could lose the game. So right now, more and more roaches being pumped out of our buddy NexTea right here. And let's go take a look at the income tab, as we are seeing, whoa, we're seeing a huge discrepancy here, as NexGenius is almost double the harvester count here. And this is going to be very dangerous, because if NexTea doesn't make something happen now, it's going to be really hard for him to come back from this, as we don't see an expansion coming from him, and we just see more and more and more units coming out of here. So he needs to cripple the production facilities of our of NexGenius. So we actually see 4 more gateways coming in. So if we do lose the gateway down here, it doesn't matter. He will be able to roll back into a 4-gate and really setting himself up for the mid game if he does lose this. So we do kind of thinking about shooting down that pylon, but then again thinking, nah, maybe I won't. And these Stalkers will be rolling here, will be killing this Overlord here, as it just got a little too brave, and we will see the supply locking of NexTea, and NexTea right now could roll back into these Stalkers and really do a lot of damage here, but not choosing to, as these Stalkers are going to be a lot faster than these roaches, and these roaches just do not have the glial reconstitution, will not actually be able to engage these Stalkers. So the micro here is just going to see one roach falling down to that, as we see, oh, almost. Yeah, that one Stalker really not feeling so hot. So NexGenius trying to just trying to kill off this massive little roach army that we've seen form right here. But there's so many cannons right here. This is going to be so hard for these roaches to actually best this. I would really like to see United Storm coming out, but there is no lair tech, so that is not going to happen. You'll see the roaches moving up here. We'll be sniping this one cannon. We do see one roach fall, and so many Stalkers up here on the high ground. We see 2 and 3 roaches go down. So NexTea, who doesn't look like he's really going to be able to make anything happen with this, and he does feel the same way about it, so he does go ahead and GG's out of it before his base was even going to be pressured at all by NexGenius. But NexGenius, of course, had this in his hand, seeing as he was able to hold on to that expansion and was going to be able to fund a 5-gate army, which was going to come steamrolling all over NexTea, and NexTea was going to be sad face all over that. So guys, hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed it, as it was a really nice matchup in between the ZVP. Got to see a lot of really cool build-up, a lot of the early pressure, and how early pressure can really pay off, or it can really come to bite you in the rear. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see more of, and always just subscribe. Let me know what's going on, and I always appreciate any support I see from you, and always love the feedback. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today, and as always, citizens, stay safe.